Yo, for real, if it is exactly as I am expecting it, I'm gonna be super upset. Like, not even joking.
Jammed.
Please, I am like begging you, game, don't do this to me.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
I am not gonna comment on what I think, but I know what is going on. Am I just supposed to wait here? I hear somebody walking, so I'm assuming so. Hello?
Can't pick this.
Okay, so what am I supposed to be doing then? Come on.
Only opens with a key.
Alright. I think I might have jumped the gun a little bit. I'm gonna see if this will, like, redo the quest trigger or something. Yeah, because there's no other way out then. Yay! Buggies and stuff. I mean, I kind of figured that the Institute wasn't, like, specifically meant to, like, screw over everybody. I never really commented on it because I hate, you know, like, accidentally spoiling things in the way that I think that, like, I think something and it ends up being exactly that. But okay, can we, like...
No use.
Hello? Anybody home? Alright, I'm just gonna... Because the quest isn't even updated now, basically. So, all right. Oh.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say this then. There's no way that this kid is this young when it's been like 200 years or something like that?
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Sean, where is everyone?
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, honey? What do you want?
Okay,
I
no.
don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Sean,
Father?
please.
Father, help
Okay.
me! She's trying to take Father. Father,
Yeah.
help me!
This is annoying. Really annoying.
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father. That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute. Just as you are a parent to your son, to Sean.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
I fucking knew it. It's not crazy that, well, I mean, it technically is a little bit crazy considering the fact that he's not 200 years old and more like really, really, really fucking old. But
Are you?
It's really you. After all this time.
Yes. It's true. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Look at the eyes.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you?
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Look at that angry face. Shit.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So, you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility.
Sure.
The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. What else can I say?
Your father. He never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to him was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems what happened to him was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But What matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. I know there's more for us to discuss, but the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Shit, I was kind of hoping for some sort of a moment of choosing what in the world I get to do, but...
You want me to stay here in the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
I don't know what to do.
I realize that. It's why I'm trying to help you. I hope that you can see that rationally. The Institute is the only thing left in the world that is worth being part of. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Yeah, but you see, here's the thing, though, is that I don't want to, like, be stuck into something. You know what I mean? Because I'm scared that saying yes is going to, like, lock me in and then I'm done.
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Okay. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that I'm not completely screwed, but... God damn. Okay. I'm gonna continue dicking around a little bit. And...
It's an honor to have you here, ma'am.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead. As I said, I'm gonna continue to kind of like dick around a tiny little bit. And I'm gonna see what all is going on and everything. Is that a safe? Can I unlock? No, that's not a safe. That's a... Well, it looks like a freaking medical thingy. You know, that's the real term for it. Medical thingy. But yeah, I said I just want to kind of like maybe like dick around a tiny little bit. And if I get any hint that this might be... If I get any hint that this might be something weird going on or I'm not going to be able to get out of here, then I'll obviously disappear and not worry about it. But for right now... Okay, this is weird.
I'm through.
Director access synth shutdown. Kellogg's occasional presence continues to unnerve the others. At first, I thought they were merely intimidated by his confidence and arrogance, or perhaps even afraid of his general being. Kellogg is, after all, a killer. But as I've continued to witness their reactions, gauge their sidelong glances, I've detected something else. Something I should have anticipated. Jealousy. Kellogg is a living memorial to a forgotten program. He is an augmented human being, a cyborg, really, and the benefits he has received cannot be denied. But really, the scientists here could not care less about enhanced reflexes or greater combat efficiency. No, the cause of their envy is something more practical, more primal. Primal. His enhanced life expectancy. Just how long will Kellogg live if he passes naturally, however unlikely that may be? It's hard to say. He's already more than 100 years old. Older, certainly. Older, certainly, than any other human being in the Commonwealth. His complete physiology has been altered. Maybe he'll make it to 150, maybe even 200. Let the petty have their petty jealousness. Kellogg is a living testament to the Whew. It is getting hot here for anybody else. Ingenuity and superiority of the Institute, and I take no small pleasure in knowing that must irritate him to no end. All right. So, wait. Which is the one that I need to load in here, then? Because I'm trying to make sure that I can do this thing. Okay, so it's upload encrypted message on any Institute terminal, so it should be... I should be able to do it here. Why...
Wayne, I'm leaving this message with Marcy in case you come looking for me. Though I pray you don't. The military took over the hospital, and everything's gone to hell in the city.
Stop. Because I just basically... God damn it, where is it? I obviously don't need Courser chip data. Okay. Where is it? All right. This is fun.
Detective Valentine. Captain Whitmark here.
Yeah, because I should be able to do it at anything, right? But then why won't it let me? Huh. God damn it. More so than anything else, I'm just kind of like starting to get a little bit annoyed with some of these things here. You know? Okay. Okay, I'll just do it later. Alright, yeah. Let me go ahead and do that.
My mommy says your father's mommy, but he looks so much older than you.
Oh, never mind.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month.
Excuse me, Doctor.
I don't know.
I weren't kidding.
Most of them have lasted long past their
Well,
projected
all right.
lifespans.
I'm Allie.
If you ask me,
Allie Fillmore.
they were built
You can
pretty
think of
well.
me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it.
You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Not so fast. Or no.
I'm just looking around.
I see. Well, please do mind what you touch. Sensitive equipment here, not like topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes. I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set.
Father
Unit,
has
you can
done
return to duty.
remarkable things. I would not exist
What the
were it not
fuck?
for him.
Thanks again.
Of course. We're all looking forward to working with you.
Jesus Christ. That is some creepy shit right there.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Welcome to the Institute, ma'am.
All systems nominal.
Yeah, because, okay, I'm assuming that it's going to end up being like a greater good sort of a thing. You know what I mean?
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics
You're
to
here.
knock some heads
Glad
together.
you made it.
What now?
They're dragging
Carry
their
on,
feet on the
ma'am.
targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
You know, like, I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being like a greater good story where he's basically doing shit that's
If the
not
robotics
cool.
division was a little more careful, we wouldn't have synths trying to escape.
You know, like stuff. Oh, God, I hate it.
Doc?
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking,
In a word, our coursers are relentless. Well, I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm not gonna give you ammo.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
The Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
Yeah, unless something drastically different comes up, I am probably going to end up choosing whatever option it is that I can just get rid of the Institute. Because I get it. I completely understand what they're going for.
Reporting status.
But
all functions normal.
That whole greater good stuff, it doesn't fly with me. It never has.
No visible reaction to the K-14 comment.
So I really don't like it. And pretty much once I kind of was starting to put the pieces together, I knew it was going to end up being like this, and I don't like it. I mean, I guess, for lack of a better word, then it makes me feel something, which is probably what they intended, but I still just
what is she even testing?
Don't like it.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Ooh. Seems like you're a little bit upset about that.
Thank you. I'm sure that will come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
Oh. And thus highlights one of the problems with stuff like this. In that, well, at the end of the day, when you coop up a bunch of people, they, you know, that like that, I don't know the best way to put it. Like, I will always find that whole greater good thing to be bullshit. Everybody down here just so dedicated to work. All work and no play, kids. All work and no play.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on Batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Boom! Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well... I suppose you're right.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
And you sound like you have been brainwashed.
Hey, Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know, but it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
You mentioned medical care? I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
While all this is so interesting, I still really dislike the idea of it all. Alright, so network scanner holotape. Oh. Well, encryption screen. Okay. Short version, plug this into any Institute terminal and copy the message. Long version, Patriot's been sending us short coded messages for years using an evil little encryption scheme. It was a bitch and a half to reverse engineer. But I nailed it. Put this holotape into any Institute terminal and it'll deliver a GIF-wrapped message straight to Patriot.
Remarkable.
Okay. So is that just like the next level of the quest? Okay. I'm gonna go back out.
Synth Gorilla project is showing promising.
I'm gonna go back out and go back to that one terminal. And then I'll maybe go explore and figure out some other stuff and, you know, things. I'm assuming that this quest molds to, especially because that's part of the quest, I'm assuming the quest molds to whichever faction you side with. Which is definitely the reason why I didn't want to immediately side with the Brotherhood, because they, like, their version of this quest would have... Their version of the quest would have been murder the shit out of everybody, kill them all, kill them all, kill them all.
Unnecessary power consumption to a minimum.
Okay.
Primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software...
Alright, where are you? There's a terminal. That's not a... God damn it.
That's all for now. Resume your duties.
Hi.
Nope, it isn't wonderful here.
Jammed.
Is that a computer with like a lock on it or something? Or what in the world is actually going on here? Okay. Balls! Where can I go and do this thing?
We are honored to welcome you here.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where I came from. Because I just need to find a computer.
I can't imagine living on the surface. It sounds like a nightmare.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't think that there's anybody in here. Yeah. Okay, so load holotape. Network scanner. Acknowledged. Meet at Advanced System Maintenance Room. Okie dokie then. Sure hope that nobody realizes what I'm doing. Whoopsies. I can now fast travel. Oh, cool. So I don't have to stick it out here. Yay. Very nice. Okay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.